What's up, guys? Attenders here for part 2, chapter 1. And this is probably my least favorite chapter in the game because it stars two characters that I honestly don't like a whole lot. um, you have it, and it's not even that I don't like them, it's really that they start with weapons. And by they start with weapons, I mean Nephany starts with a weapon that is totally just bad for her. So Nephany starts off, who is the blue. I should show him off here in a second. Nephany is the blue lance lady right there, and that's Braum, the gray knight guy. he's a. They're both promoted, so she's a halberdier and he's a axe general. So here's the thing. Nephany starts with a steel great lance, which is too heavy for her to wield properly. And when I say properly, I mean it's too heavy for her to use without losing speed. And because of this, and its hit rate isn't the most reliable. Like, I'd rather she had just a regular steel lance, or even maybe, probably not an iron lance. Like, if she just had a regular steel lance, she would be much more effective. She would double probably just about every enemy on the map. And she would also die priest. I always feel bad killing priest, but they can attack back now, so I guess it's a little less sad. But because of the steel great lance, Nephany is pretty unreliable, but she is your best bet on this map in terms of raw killing power. I mean, it's nice that they do give you Braum because he can dodge. I'm not dodge. He can take tank hits pretty well. He has really good defense, but he lacks offense in most regards, as in like doubling and even dealing a good amount of damage. And that there was Heather, our thief, or she's actually a rogue, so she is the same class as Sauce. She's a promoted thief, and we just recruited her with talking to her with Nephany or Nephine. I don't know. I've heard both. I'm pretty sure it's just Nephany though. And she is great for stealing things and opening chests. That's about it. And we're going to use her to visit all these houses. She does have a really good skill that we've used in the past, which is Pass, which allows you to move through enemy units, which is useful at times. Here we're safe where you want to get all the items from the villages, because I like getting all the items from the villages. I mean, that Ashera icon is not terribly important. Neither is the Reaper card we got. But they sell for good money, and they're nice to have for that reason. But this one right here has a javelin, which, I mean, we'll be able to buy in the armory anyways, so it doesn't matter all that much. And it would be nice to have a javelin for Nephany, but I don't think she really does enough damage to the boss here to get for it to be like a viable option. And the goal of this map is to kill the boss, that Lance General standing there in the middle there. He is relatively tough. I don't know if I'm sure his stat change. I should check things like this, if like stats change on hard mode and whatnot, but I'm sure they do. He is a formidable foe here, where Braum doesn't really deal enough damage to stand toe to toe with him, and Nephany just kind of takes too much damage to stand toe to toe with him. I mean, Nephany does have the skill Wrath, which is the same skill that Edward has, that allows you to that once you're under a certain HP threshold, which is under 30%, your critical hit rate is increased by 50, which is really good. That's awesome. But in Nephany's case, if her HP goes below 30%, one shot and she's dead. So it's a really dangerous position for her to be in, but it's also almost necessary to beat this chapter quickly and efficiently, which I do not do. I take forever to beat this map because I'm being careful. I don't want anyone to die. But the thing is, if Nephany or Braum die, you have to start over anyways. So it's this kind of thing where I didn't want anyone to die, because then I'd have to like restart anyways and do it over. I wasn't sure how I would do that in a Iron Man setting, but I don't know. Anyways, luckily no one died. Except Heather almost died right there. I think if Heather dies, you still move on to the next map. It doesn't matter if she dies. But we don't want her to, because thieves... See, look at that. That's total bullcrap. She gets wrecked by this boss here. He does 19 damage, she does 9. In Wrath, she has a decent chance of taking him down in two phases of combat. But here's the thing. That's not going to happen, probably. She just gets wrecked by this guy. And Braum doesn't do much better. So, I know, and the idea is like, oh, have them tag team. But what it really comes down to is you don't want either of them to... Yardley is his name. I couldn't remember his name. Yardley. You don't really want either of them to attack on player phase, because then he can enemy phase them to death. So having two people attack him at the same time isn't like the safest strategy. So it's just a really, really dangerous boss fight, and it feels unnecessarily RNG dependent, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know why that soldier didn't attack Nephany. If he did, Nephany probably would have died. I don't know if that's an AI thing. So here, even a crit wouldn't kill this Yardley dude. So we're just going to go hide in a bush. So frustrating. And again, this is partially a product of the weapon that Nephany's using. I mean, if she had a better weapon, say for her right now, say a Steel Lance, she would be doubling him. But the fact that I shouldn't speak absolutely. I'm actually not entirely sure of the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure she'd be doubling him with a Steel Lance. But she wouldn't be dealing a whole ton of damage either. Like she doesn't even double that soldier right there. So I don't know if they thought like this map would be too easy if Nephany had a weapon that she could double with or something. But this map is just so frustratingly difficult. And I'm sure there's something that I'm missing that I don't know, that some guy out there that knows everything about Fire Emblem could tell me, oh, all you have to do is shove this guy and attack this guy and then get into Wrath range and then do this and you win. But see, that wasn't even Wrath range. Like that, Wrath got severely nerfed in Radiant Dawn. It is so bad. 30% HP is like such impossibly low, and that's a great level up that helps a lot in this battle actually. But 30% is such a low threshold to meet, especially early in the game, that feels extremely dangerous and not worth it. Gosh. We did get a point of strength though, so we're going to be dealing more damage, which is good. But man, this battle is... And she misses. See, it's just a grind. Such a grind. Another thing about this map, to get bonus experience, you want to keep as many like the town units alive. So the whole plot of this chapter is that this guy Yardley is coming into town to recruit people for a rebellion, a revolution of sorts, to essentially start a civil war and take over Crimea, take Valencia out of power. Which is all fine and dandy, good story and whatnot, but it's it also means that these are like civilians you're killing essentially, and the game rewards you for not killing them. But as you can see, I pretty much killed everybody anyways. So whoops. Man, I'm bad at this game. Alright, we got him to 3 HP, but that is so dangerous. Like, now we can have Braum come in and just finish it off, I think is what we do. He might even miss here. I want to say he misses. I don't think he does, though. Okay, he crits. It'd be funny if he missed. I played this like 2 weeks ago at this point. It's been forever. Oh, look at that. Braum's a good unit, turns out. Never mind. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next time for part 2, chapter 2. Bye.